Welcome into Dallas Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. Last night never happened. The New York Knicks don't exist, so let's just move on and get into some trade rumors because apparently the Dallas Mavericks asked about Gary Trent Jr. at the NBA trade deadline, inquired about his services from Toronto. Here's Tim McMahon breaking this one down. Quote, they, the Mavs, tried to trade Porzingis to Toronto. My understanding is the discussions there were Goran Dragic and Gary Trent Jr. Toronto understandably said, we're not giving up Gary Trent Jr. So the Washington thing came together, and the Mavericks said, hey, financially it's washed, but it's two smaller contracts that make it easier to move, and they felt like Porzingis was kind of in the way, and they felt like those two guys could be a role or could build roles off the bench, so they pulled the trigger. Obviously, talking about Spencer Dinwiddie and Bertans there. Gary Trent Jr. would obviously have been a great get. There's no doubt about that. He's a rising star in this league. 18 points per game, shooting 37.5%, 38% from three-point range. I like him quite a bit. Now, I think a couple of things to keep in mind here. Number one, maybe you could revisit this in the offseason. Number two, I think so far so good on the trade. Spencer Dinwiddie's been a good find. Bertans has been okay. You know, he hasn't had nearly as much of an impact, but you got out of KP's deal and you got an impact player and Dinwiddie in the process, so I think that's worked out all right. Gary Trent, though, if you kind of think about how he could fit in, small ball lineup with Luka and Brunson, I would like that. Dinwiddie can be your guy off the bench, because I think if you did trade Gary Trent, it would probably build around Tim Hardaway Jr. and some other assets, if I had to guess. And I do think trading THJ is a possibility this summer because I'm not sure that he and Dinwiddie will both return. So here's my trade idea. Gary Trent Jr., Svi Mikhailuk for Tim Hardaway Jr., a first and a second. I don't think this is bad value, to be quite honest. I don't know if Toronto would pull the trigger on it, but I would certainly be very interested in it. Who wins this deal? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Type DAL for the Mavs. Type TOR for the Toronto Raptors. Let me know what you guys think on this one. I think the Mavs win this deal because they're getting the best trade and the youngest, or the best player, I should say, in this trade. BetUS, our sportsbook partner here at Dallas Mavericks Today, and March Madness is around the corner. Maybe you got a favorite college basketball team. A lot of good Texas teams this year. Texas, Baylor, Texas Tech, TCU all dancing this year. North Texas has a chance to be in the dance as well. Chatsports.com/MFFL. Promo code MFFL to get you a 125% deposit bonus. I don't know if I mentioned Baylor. They're one of the favorites after winning it all last year. Plus 1,100 there. You've got Gonzaga at plus 450, Arizona, Kentucky at plus 650. And then Coach K's final run, Duke, is plus 1,000. Go bet on who's going to cut down the nets in March Madness at chatsports.com/MFFL. Promo code is MFFL. More trade rumors to discuss. Andrew Wiggins for Tim Hardaway. Let's get into it here on Dallas Mavericks Today. I think it's interesting that there's some THJ trade buzz because I do think he could be a guy that gets dealt this offseason. Sam Davini said this when it comes to this possibility around Andrew Wiggins. Jordan Poole, the young wing, the Warriors want to sign him to an extension. If they sign him to an extension, that could be it for Wiggins in Golden State. He's got one more year on his contract, $33 million. They could play it out, which is possible, or they could try to get something for him, which I think that's a good point. If they give Jordan Poole 4 years, $80 million, which is what's being rumored, they're not going to be able to bring back Andrew Wiggins even at a discount down from $33 million. Wiggins has had a good year, 17.5 points, 47% from the field, 40% from three. He's a good defender. I'm conflicted on Wiggins. I like him. I don't know if I love him, quite frankly. If it was a straight-up trade, sure, but it can't be a straight-up trade because Tim Hardaway only makes, $17, $18 million, whereas Wiggins makes 33. So you would have to throw in a Bertans or someone like that just to make the salary match, which I guess wouldn't be terrible. Here's Wiggins' current contract. This wouldn't happen until the offseason, so you would absorb 33.6 next year, then he would hit free agency. I would guess if you made this trade, though, you would be extending Andrew Wiggins. Or maybe the point would be to get out of Hardaway's contract, and then you let Wiggins' deal expire, and then you have money to play with in that 2023 offseason. Look, he'd give you another score. I guess. I just, I know Wiggins is having a nice year, but every time I watch him, I'm like, gosh, this guy started in the All-Star game. He's just such a boring player, but doesn't mean boring is bad. Curious where Mavs fans stand on this one. Would you trade for Andrew Wiggins, type T for trade, type P for pass. Let us know down in the comments. If you guys can't tell, based on the tone of my voice, I really don't have a ton of interest. I guess if the Mavs want to move Hardaway's contract just from a freeing up cap space standpoint, sure, then you can just let Wiggins play out next year, and then you've got cap to play with in that 2023 free agency period. Sure, okay, maybe you move Hardaway and Bertans to free up that space, but at the end of the day, I don't know if Wiggins just elevates you in a major way. Like, does he probably help a little bit? Sure, but I'm not re-signing him on 4 years and $100 million, and someone will probably throw that at him. So I don't have a ton of interest, if I'm being completely honest. What I do have interest in is doing more videos here on Dallas Mavericks Today, bringing you guys the latest news and rumors. So be sure to hit that subscribe button here at youtube.com/MavsTV. Like I said, last night never happened, so the Mavs are still red hot. So hopefully that will stay the case, and we'll continue to break down how they are playing. All right, before we call it a day here on Dallas Mavericks Today, some Luka shoe game news. His signature Jordan 1 are on the way. They're going to come out actually the day of free agency opening, June 30th. These are a couple of shoes he already has. Which one are these, Coop? Remind me. These are the Jordan 1s, but you said there was some edition here. Inspired edition. There you go. You've got those going. Also, these are the 35s that have come out. We haven't seen I haven't seen an official photo of what the new kick is going to look like, so that may not be revealed for a while. But we do know it's going to drop on June 30th, the same day as NBA free agency. So I'm expecting they're going to be awesome, and your boy might be getting some because hopefully that means it's been a long Mavericks playoff run, and free agency is just getting started as well. So keep an eye on that. If we hear any rumors or see any leaks about those, we will certainly share that with you. Will you be copping the Luka J's? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Let me know in the comments. Hey, if they're cool enough, I ain't scared to get some new kicks, and I could probably use some at the end of the day. Appreciate you guys for tuning in to Dallas Mavericks Today. By the way, you guys can find me on Twitter. It's at HGrahamNFL. Cover the NFL here at Chat Sports, but I cover the NBA as well, so don't get twisted by the handle. And I've been an MFFL for my entire life, and that is not going to change. So give me a follow, slide in the DMs. They are always open. We can talk some Mavs hoops anytime you want.